Så där, då är det dags att ha ett litet tränarsnack igen. Jag ska bjuda in Patricia här. Där ska vi se, så vi hittar henne. Och jag kommer prata på engelska. Hi Patricia!
Hi Anna! How are you?
Right? I'm fine, and you?
Fine, fine. Well, we just finished eating, but
With a big family comes a lot of things to do, right?
Yeah.
Hi.
This is my cuter, the oldest one.
Yeah, and she's how old?
5 years old.
And the little one is really little, right?
Well, we can take a tour in the house.
We can do that.
And she's my little girl. See?
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So much hair.
Yeah, I know. Everybody keeps saying that, but it's really we are happy with the hair actually. But well, yeah. So this is us, right?
So
She's
that's your family and your place. Yeah.
Yeah, and let me show you. I didn't introduce my husband, but he was eating a little bit. Just say hi, mi amor.
Hi. He's just as important.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Patricia, I really don't know you in person, right? We just see each other and work at the place for quicks, both of us.
Yes, it's really sad that we haven't seen each other. We live in Stockholm and we haven't seen each other.
We blame the corona, right?
Yes, you have been in you were in the summer house, right?
Yeah, every weekend and all the summer, and then I was sick last year, so I spent the whole time there.
Yeah, so
that's why we haven't met yet, but we will. I promise. I will come dance for you sometime.
Yeah, I read that you were a Zumba instructor as well.
Yes, but it took too much time to learn the choreographies or create the choreography, so I didn't have time for it. So I gave it up because if I can't do it like really serious, it's not that good for the participants. So I thought I will give that ball to someone who really has the time to do a good job. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand because I mean my journey with Zumba started like really back in 2006 actually, but I didn't think about being an instructor, never in my life. Never. 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 No.
But now you are.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I was organizing an event in Mexico, and I was the event manager for a company called Promoción Empresarial, which organizes like business conference and seminars. They have in company courses. So we were like, okay, then somebody called us. You know what? We have a new concept. It's going to be great. It's about Latin music. And we were like, oh, and my boss, he is really into, I think he was into this holistic health. In that time, of course, I think there are people who can vision things, but I think he's a little bit of visionary in that sense, because in that moment, I think it was a lot of value, even if you don't see that one. But now reflecting on this one, he was thinking that the events should have or include a massage, relaxing time, like a pause, but not like a
whole concept.
The whole event should have something to take out the kind of the routine of the whole event. So in this program, we used to combine dance or massage or a comic a comedian coming in the events
Wow.
and entertaining people. So it was kind of weird because sometimes it was like, I don't know if this is a concept that should be in this business, you know, because business means serious, you know, like it has to be really traditional. But right now, I think things are evolving and changing. So I think that was a great opportunity. So Zumba, and I think, I don't know how it actually work, but someone, as I said, someone called us and introduced the concept, and then we said, like, let's try to prove it, to try it out in one of our breaks. So they came and danced with everybody in the conference.
Wow.
But I didn't. I mean, I was like, well, I don't know. I don't know if this is Zumba is for me. I mean, I didn't know how it looked like, how was, you know, the whole thing. And then they started to give classes actually in some gyms. But for a Latin American as me, I mean, I come from Venezuela and I was in Mexico. And for me, it was kind of rare because it's Latin rhythms. And in our blood, kind of, you are raised with that kind of rhythms. So like merengue, salsa is something that is common in our parties. So in order, like, you know, having a structure in a dance that is supposed to be, you know, like feeling the music and let the flow go, then
and
it's
like aerobic, but not.
Exactly. So it was super confusing. So in the beginning, it was super shocked. Like, why? Why it has to be like this? You know, I would love to have a partner to dance if I want to have a party. But then, of course, I mean, that's why it took me so long to think about Zumba as a training form, as a dance training form. And then and in Mexico City, I think it's really hard because I was living in Mexico City by that time. It's really hard to, I mean, for me at least, was really hard to train. People, I mean, I love Sweden because I think in Sweden you have a lot of life balance. Like you respect a lot the personal life, your personal life and your work life. So in this sense, you have time to actually train.
Yeah.
But in Mexico or Latin America, you are expected to overwork because for them,
so never
overwork
40 hours a week. It's like 80 hours a week.
Yeah, and imagine that I had a boss before that he didn't, I mean, if I leave early, it's like, why are you leaving earlier? You needed to leave the same time and the same hour that the guy stood up in the in the office. So if he wanted to work until 9 p.m., we needed to stay until 9 p.m.
Whoa.
So I was like, this is not sane. But in here, like if you stay overwork, it means that you are not productive and you are not being effective with your work. So the contrast of culture is really rare. So for me, it was really hard to train in Mexico, and especially like the gyms are, well, like the same in Sweden. They have a problem of ventilation. Some of the gyms.
No good ventilation. But
they
it's
don't
really
have.
hot there. Isn't it really hot there?
No, I mean it's like you feel sometimes you feel like there is not enough air to train. So for
it's
me,
not the cooling system, not the clean air.
No, it's not clean air, and you're like, and then it's you know, like Mexico City is the most polluted place in the world almost. So you're like, okay, this is not healthy at all. And then of course the classes were so busy that I didn't have room to dance. So I was like, no, definitely I will not train. This is not for me. You don't have time to train. It's too populated, the classes, overcrowded, and then of course the air and the ventilation of the place is not going to work. So I stopped training like for that reason. And then back when we moved into Umeå, because we were living in Umeå before Stockholm, in 2013 we moved to Umeå.
Yeah.
And I started, like, I wanted to go to the gym actually to socialize, because
to meet people. Well, it's a big difference from cultures.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't overcrowded in Umeå?
No. And of course, I mean, people don't talk during the trains.
But I guess you do that in Mexico. You talk all the time, right?
So yeah, of course. It's like, I don't know if people are training, but they're socializing, and you're here and you don't socialize.
Typical Swedes. It's like, don't talk to me. I don't know you.
No. So it was like, I love him so much with all my heart, and I haven't seen him in a while, and because of Corona. But I mean, my best friend in the gym was the receptionist. Who happened to know Spanish, who was a really service-oriented guy. I mean, people person, and he liked to talk, and he was fun and young. So I ended up being his friend, and he was the one. Hi, Patricia. Like, because I was new in Umeå and I was new in Sweden, so he was like, you need to try this and you need to try that and you need to do this. And so he was making all these tourist information activities, in order to make me like feel welcome. So I mean, I was like, well, anyhow, if I don't have 10 friends, it's okay, because with him it's like having 20.
But this is a really good thing that you say, because we never talk about the receptionists and how important they are for to make people train, feel good at the gym. They are like a group of people that just stand there. We never talk about the importance of them. So
and that is really sad, is that now a lot of the gyms don't have any receptionist. So there is nobody. Sometimes the gyms are alone, and then you don't have anybody to talk to think about, like, how do you train, how do you start training, what is the best. I mean, there is not enough information, and you believe that, I mean, if you see the pictures in the machines, people are going to understand how to use the machine.
Yeah, hopefully.
And some of them are really easy to follow, but some others are like, what do you do? I remember because I live in Stockholm and I live there. I mean, I live in Tullinge, but I mean, I have been in Medfit Flemingsberg. I don't know if you have been there, but it's one of the best. I think it's one of the best gyms equipment that I have seen, and they have, like, like really rehab equipment for rehab.
I know. I had a friend that worked there.
And she, I mean, these machines that you can use for this. I don't know. It's like you feel like you're a robot with the machine. But I was seeing like this complexity of the machines, and I was like, always wonder, like, where are the PTs, the personal trainers, for the people who doesn't know what is a PT, and where is the people who work there, because anybody is nowhere near when people are training.
Okay.
I mean, and I didn't know that you needed to book a time.
No.
To do a PT consultation, or to, for example, or have a tour in your gym. And I thought this was included in my membership. So I was like, where is the people? How can I do like a training, a schedule, or a program, or whatever?
But did you have to pay for it?
Yeah, I didn't know that you have to pay for it. But in Latin America, the common thing is that in the reception, or I mean, you have the person who is going to guide you, to introduce you to the gym, and is going to say, you know what, these are the rules, these are the things. Welcome to the gym. So that's why I agree with you that the importance of the receptionist is key for people, like especially for internationals who doesn't know anything about who don't know anything about the system actually.
No, and that many people don't know. Many people is first time in the gym ever, and they also need to be people that know. And I work in a big gym. We have people working in the reception, but not all the time. We have some hours when we have no people there. And when I train people in the gym, it's hard for me to leave my client to help people in the reception. So there we have if you come in like a client, then a new customer, it's really hard. But the doors are locked as well, so they don't come in at those hours. So it's quite difficult. And I miss the time where it was people there all the time, because we really need to have people there helping and seeing. I really think that.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen, it's really rare that, that Sweden being so innovative, like really like technology and always like in really good development. They haven't thought, I haven't seen that here, but in Latin America, you see like the concept of a gym transforming into a whole new concept. Like you can find whatever you need, like you have the coffee, like a cafeteria where you can eat healthy food. Then you have the massage. You have, it's like a complete health center for people. So you don't have excuse, like if you need a dietist, you have a dietist. If you have even in Umeå, I was super surprised that they have a beauty shop. I mean, you have a beauty salon in the gym. So I was like, this is convenient. I mean, people need to go clean themselves. So yeah, why not? So I think it was amazing to have these kind of services, but I don't see that repeatedly in any other gyms. And even in Stockholm, that is like, it's supposed to be like this, nothing.
No, I know. That is really one thing that we need to build up in Sweden, I think. We need to build a system where you have like the chiropractors and the massage and food consultations and like everything, because we are busy people and we try to make everything at the same time. So if you're going to, whatever you're going to do, if you're going to cut your hair and do your nails and work out at the gym, it's better to have everything at the same place. Then you have, save time for people.
But
should we start it?
Yeah, definitely, I mean, you have an amazing training list, oh my God, of certifications. I was super surprised at how many certifications do you have.
Yeah, I have some.
Yeah, and I was super curious, actually. I was going to ask you about this. Maybe for people who doesn't know you, and like, what is a 3D training?
Oh, that was, I joined an educational called 3D. Yeah, and it's really into the basic. It's like we move the body in all different directions, because that's how our body moves in like normal life, but also in different depths and different, sometimes heavy, sometimes light. You want to prepare the body to do what it's supposed to do, what you want to do. So it's different for different persons, but you need to prepare the body not only for the sports, but for life. If you need to carry your child, you need to be able to sit down on the floor and then go up with one hand, maybe, because you need to do that in your life. And that is what we try to prepare people for. It's kind of difficult to explain, but somewhat like that.
Yeah. But I think that is amazing, because one of the things that I really actually want to grow into is adapt the, you know, like when you are like teaching your dances, like if you see someone, you know, like maybe he has is a senior, right? And you want to show him directly, like in the same place, the same move, but in different kind of scales.
Yeah.
And and sometimes I cannot do that because people believe that if I show them like that step, then they need to do that one.
Yeah.
But that was addressed to the other kind of person.
Yeah, I know. And also they think they need to look like the instructor.
Yeah.
But we have different bodies, different strength, different movement patterns. Well, like different, all of us are different. So you and I, side to side, should never dance the same because we are not alike. There will be differences, and that is totally fine. You know,
I always tell them, you don't have to push yourself. Some people, but you know, that is like they're staring at me and they think that I'm crazy. Like, why are you saying? Why? I think they're saying like, why are you saying this? And it has happened to me that, I mean, you don't have to push it. You have to elevate the rhythm. I mean, you elevate the rhythm as comfortable as you feel like you are doing it. Because, I mean, if it's someone who is just starting training, I cannot expect her to do like jumps and do like faster and no. You have to really, really careful because then it's get you exhausted instead of actually training.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I think that some people don't go to group training at all. But for me, group training is a great way to get people start moving, and then maybe they like learn how to love exercise, and they exercise without knowing they are exercising because it's so much fun. You know? So for people who are like, I hate the gym, I would say go to group training. There's something for everyone to like.
Definitely. I'm agree with you because I mean, in Numio in 2013, I started doing Zumba classes. And before, you know, I told you that I hate it.
Yeah.
Kind of, I was feeling superior, but then I started liking it again because I was really long. It was in a really long period that I didn't train anything. So for me, going back to Zumba was actually a kind of a soul savior. I don't know if you can say that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And Zumba is also quite easy for people to follow, depending on the instructor, of course, because you can make it harder. But the whole basics of Zumba is it should be quite easy to follow. It's the basic movement, and you come back to the original movement, you know. So if people haven't tried Zumba, it sounds difficult, but it's not supposed to be difficult.
No.
And also if it is one choreography, one type of dance that you feel is a little bit difficult, it's just one song. Then it's another one. So it's kind of safe to like fail in one or two songs because then you have the rest of them, right? So them who haven't tried, they should try because it's different choreographies during the whole class.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I am super. I mean, and I was telling you that it was my soul savior because first I didn't train in a long time, and then the second thing is that I was feeling lonely, and I was feeling that I homesick as well. So when I started like listening to the music again and like, you know, like connecting with your roots, especially in Latin America, that you need a lot of, I mean, and I was telling you, socializing, this party feeling, it elevates me and it gave me a better spirit. So like a better soul, some kind of sense. So it gave me a little bit of hope and it gave me a little bit also of joy. So I started like, and also of course you start meeting people who love to dance as well. So that you have something in common. So you are not 100%, how do you say, alone in exercising.
No, and I was thinking about, have you ever heard from people that this is not the real Latino dance? That people don't want to go to the Zumba because this is not the real thing. you know, like is and to those people I want to say, but it's really Zumba. So whatever, you know. So if you want to go and learn a complete dance, you go to a dance course. If you want to dance Zumba, you do the Zumba. It's different.
Exactly. I mean, I have been asked to train, you know, like special rhythms, like salsa, like merengue. I'm like, but I am not a teacher. I am not a teacher for this. You know, there are dancers who are specialized in these kind of rhythms.
Yes, yes.
And Zumba is not about actually a special rhythm, and it's not about doing it well in technique either. It's about enjoying again the training, and of course you feel like you're and you know that a Zumba instructor is like a training in disguise. You think that you are dancing, but you are actually training a lot of your whole body. So a lot of body parts. So of course it's funny, but but always I have to say, no, this is not my thing.
And also, Zumba is supposed to make people feel like dancers, even though they're not.
Exactly.
So everyone can dance.
Yeah, and I think that is amazing, actually, for Zumba, because like when you're training Zumba, because it's. I mean, I always wanted to dance as a professional, you know, like dancer.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't. I mean, I was not the body type for the dancing. What else? I mean, and of course, like I don't know here in Sweden, but my parents used to say, "Yeah, you're not going to survive life with being a dancer."
No, no, they killed your dream.
So you're like, okay, what I'm going to, because I used to love to, when I was little, I was thinking a lot about this one. And when I was little, one of my favorite games was to create choreographies with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember that it was really hard for me to choose a career because, well, I wanted to do dancing somehow. And my parents like, you're not going to go anywhere. I mean, you're not going to make a living of this. So dancing, that professional dancing is like, because of course they see doctors, they see lawyers, they don't feel like dancers could make a living.
Mm-hmm.
And even today, I mean, it's not. You don't know enough people, you know, like that actually succeed of being dancers.
No, I know.
There are not enough role models because it's an art actually. But anyhow, I was like, Zumba gave me the how do you say, the joy and the gift of being a dancer in a way. So I mean, I have to train myself for choreographies. Oh God, I mean, there are the choreographies that I cannot. I try to imitate the movement, but I see it and I see it and I see it, and I'm like, how I'm supposed to nail this choreography? It's going to be impossible. And it's 10 times. It's a lot of discipline for making a choreography and also for teaching the choreography. And some people also, how do you say, appreciate, undervalue the value of Zumba and dancing. They think that it's super easy to teach a choreography or to teach dance, and this is not actually real.
But I think one of the hardest things I had to deal with was that I really don't like all of the music that they sent to me. Mm-hmm. So I found my own music and I did my own thing because that's why it was so hard to learn the choreography, because I had to design everything myself, because I need to do it to music I love. Because if it's music I don't love, I can't do it. No, I really can't. So
And
how do you do? Do you change the music for your, like, what do you want to, or do you like follow what you
well,
get?
you know that as a successful trainer, I mean, the recommendation is that you have to choose the songs that you like because
Yeah, I
if you
know.
don't if you don't feel it, then you cannot teach it.
No,
And
exactly.
I have a tutor. Well, he is the kind of the manager of the country manager for Sweden, like the Zumba, and he always says that he is not in the business of training. He's in the business of emotion, because dancing is about emotions and feelings.
Yeah.
So you actually need to connect with the music. And in order to connect, it has to be, I mean, you have to like it. So for me, I mean, is sometimes I think, yeah, there are music that I don't like. I'm like, well, I mean, for example, I have a song that is called CTV,
Mhm.
and it's a song that combines two rhythms that apparently shouldn't be together. And
Oh no.
it's a cumbia,
Yeah.
and then you have Bhangra, an Indian rhythm.
Have they mixed them, or is like?
It's a mix, and then you're like, this is not supposed to work. And then you listen to the music, and you're like, but this works. And I love the choreography,
Uh-huh.
actually. But in the first round, you know, when you are like listening to the whole volume, you are like, oh, I don't know. You are like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you start like seeing the choreography in different places, and then you think, you overthink about it. And then you
Yeah.
say, yeah, maybe this could work, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it because I mean, we have this step, and then you
Yeah.
like this, do like this, and then it's cumbia, and you're like, so you're dancing two different, totally rhythms. Banga is not something that I was into. I mean, didn't raise for that one. I wasn't raised for this
Mm-hmm.
rhythm. And then the second one, cumbia, either. I mean, of course, in Venezuela, in the north part where I come from, we use a lot of cumbia because we are really close to Colombia. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that you are,
I
you
love
know,
cumbia. I think it's
yeah.
so much fun. Yeah.
So I mean, I mean, it was super amazing. And then you get your ear. This can work. This can work
Yeah.
because, for example, I think Indian food. I mean, Indian in Sweden is. I mean, and a lot of Indian. I have a lot of Indian compis that I have a lot of Indian friends, and they love to dance Bhangra, and they love to dance Bollywood, and you are like, you need, I mean, and some of them are going to your classes, so you need to actually include some rhythms that you are not familiar with, but you have to
Of
include
course.
them. And then, I mean, you are not familiar, but you get familiar to the rhythm. So I
Mm.
mean, this is a perfect excuse, even if you don't like it in the beginning, to re-listen it to them, and then actually go and
Now,
read
so I
that.
write something in Spanish down here, and I can't understand it, so you have to read it. Someone
Yeah,
has.
that was you know that my mother is watching.
Hi, mom.
Hola, mami. Yeah, I was seeing friends like joining and going. Gracias, mami, por estar unida. She's saying like, it's about. I know that you are talking about dancing and music in Zumba. About Zumba.
Yeah. She used to go
Ah.
to your classes.
Well, you know, my mother is the worst.
Is she?
She's saying hi. My mother is the worst. Mami, estoy hablando mal de ti, perdón, ¿eh? Estoy diciendo que eres una flojita. She's super lazy. Because, I mean, I can tell you the story. The thing is that my mother used to live in a city that is very hot. That is Maracaibo, where I come from in
Mhm.
Venezuela. and it's super, super, super hot. You cannot walk anywhere. You cannot train. I mean, it's really hard to train outside. Imagine that you have 40 degrees, right?
Yeah, it's horrible. I can't do it.
No, and the best places to go actually to train are like really close to the lake, because we have a lake really close to the. So there is like a park, and you train like near the park, and that's the way to refresh. You know, like the.
Yes. Yes.
So it's not that hot. But my mother, I mean, she and as I was saying, like in Latin America, you are living to work. It's really hard not to establish time for yourself and training. Okay, so
I know the life with kids, right?
yeah. And so for my mother was really, I mean, and she's a doctor, and she's also a general manager of a hospital. So it was really hard for her to let go, you know, like all the time she gets patient, so she needs to take care of the patient. Everybody is more important than herself. So, so in her case, she didn't train at all. She loves to dance, but she didn't train. And then she came to visit us. And I was telling her, come to my classes, come to my classes, come to my classes. There is no excuses. You can borrow my tennis, you can borrow my shoes, you can borrow this and this and this. And the funny thing, you know, is like, she is a very critical person, because she was saying, this girl doesn't move like good. This girl is, no, she doesn't have anything. Yeah. She was saying like that.
Yeah.
Watching from outside. And then she joined the class. And she was like, I thought it was easy, but this is not easy.
But she doesn't live in Sweden.
No. She is right now back in Latin America. She is with my sister right now in Houston. But yeah, so anyhow, I mean, she trained twice with me. And my idea is that she continues doing it. So I'm trying to push her, because she needs to walk. There are a lot of advantages. I mean, right now that we are getting older, I hate that word. I hate to get older, but you need to face the reality that you are going to get old. And now that I'm teaching Zumba Gold to seniors and to beginners, I see, oh my God, the damages that if you don't train, what are the consequences at the end?
Yeah.
I mean, coordination, mobility, oh Jesus.
Losing the brain.
Losing the brain. I mean, Zumba is so good with the memory for me and the steps. So, but people don't appreciate these things. They feel like they are always going to be young, actually, for doing this. And the reality is totally the opposite.
But I know I'm 48, and it's like from one day to another, it's like, okay, now I'm old. The feeling of old in the body. So you think you're young until you feel it, that you're not young anymore, you know? So you're not prepared for it, I think.
No, and my baby is waiting for me in the bathroom. This is not on purpose.
Is she waiting for you?
Oh God.
The kids often do that. Yeah.
And especially now she's doing it because, I mean, she's the older kid, and she needs to grab attention, and this is the way she's grabbing attention.
No, I know.
So you were saying about the getting old, and that we are not prepared mentally and physically.
No, all of a sudden you're there, and like I have 5 kids, and I have had kids since I was 21, so it's like many years. And all of a sudden, you know, when the youngest kid is growing up, she turns 9, all of a sudden I can feel like, oh my God, I have a body, because I have given so much to everyone else. Like now I know who I am, and now I can feel what my body feels like, because before I have like been running around doing other things all the time, so I haven't thought about it, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, it hurts to go up in the morning, you know, and I haven't had that before. So yeah, that's quite new, and you're not prepared to it, and I'm really happy that I have been training for so many years that I have.
I you know that I didn't realize about it until I got my first kid, Emma, that I needed to train, because I was feeling that I didn't have the desire, the energy to go up and play and be active actually outside in the park. So I started thinking something is happening. What is happening with me? Like my body, mentally, everything. So I started like thinking about my habits, and I thought it's about training. I need to train more.
Yeah.
I need to have another kind of exercises. I need to include exercise in my daily routine, because if I don't do that, I don't know what is going to happen. I don't want, you know, like I don't know. There was a movie, Wall-E. I don't know if you have seen Wall-E.
I think I have, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's really old, but the message is that, you know, that in the future, what they were predicting is that the people were not able to walk. What they were doing is they were doing like they have like a safeguard, a lifesaver, like a balloon, and they were holding the balloon, so like a couch. So they were sitting like in a couch, and they were eating all the time. So all the activities were like in the computer, like in their hands, but no moving. So I was like thinking, like in a moment, I thought, this is me. Like I don't go up, because I mean, if you change your seat, from the sofa, you change your seat for the desk, but you don't go out, you don't do exercises. So how you are supposed to be having energy if you don't do exercises?
Yeah, it all comes down to what the body is supposed to do, right? What we are supposed to do. We are not supposed to sit in front of a computer. We really are not. So we need to go out and do things. It doesn't have to be like planned exercise, but like walking or riding a bike or whatever. You need to do something.
Yeah, and the thing is that it's like when you are also with a weight, you know, overweight, and you want to lose weight, it's the same feeling, because you forget how incredible your body feels. You only can remember the pain, but you don't remember how happy you were, like when you are active. I think the same thing, and I don't know if that happens when you're getting older. We are going to know for sure when we are there. But I see that in my participants, like you see that now with teenagers, you see that with older people, like adults, like they don't coordinate, they cannot do like daily jobs that the body is supposed to do, because they have been not moving at all.
No, I know. So how do you do with your children and the computer and the phones and everything? Is it hard to like get them out to move?
No.
She wants to move.
Everybody wants to move. I'm going to show you later a video of my 5 months kid getting out of the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's super incredible how active she is. And Emma, for example, Emma helps me with my classes. So she's super involved in the classes. Sometimes, of course, as a kid, you get tired because I mean, it's not her job to be in the classes. But I think, I mean, we have tried to introduce her to different also activities. I mean, she has a lot of activities inside the school. Anyhow, she's in preschool, and the preschool in Sweden is really active. They are always outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That is good.
quite nice. That is super good, because in contrast with Latin America, normally they will go inside all the time.
Yeah. It's quite different.
It's totally different. And again, as a parent and thinking about as a foreigners, for us, it's kind of weird, like why they have to be outside all the time. Why? I mean, and you don't think about the benefits at the end and the future. But like like being in the forest, being outside actually helps them with the growing.
Of course.
So with the muscles and with the mind and with everything. So I think people underestimate these good benefits that we have, actually.
Yeah, I know. I think it's hard when the kids get a little bit older, because all of their friends sit by their computers. So it's like if I force my kids to go to the park, no one is there because everyone is at home sitting by the computer. So they're quite alone if they go there, you know? Because the older kids are not outdoors.
But what do you like? What are you doing right now with your kids? Like the 9 years old. Like what are they doing? Like
I force them to go outside at the countryside. But when we're at home, it's like really hard because their friends are not out. You will see that when they're older, because really they come home and they're like, I want to play with my friends. Yeah, okay. But it's the computer. It's not like meeting each other.
But fritids, like the extracurricular activities.
Don't go to fritids.
They don't?
No. They don't want to. They come home straight away.
Okay.
Yeah, but they have activities, of course.
So what would be the recommendation for you and parents, like, to help them? But you know, it got me to the sense that it's good that you are active because you are the one who is promoting the activity. But imagine that if you are not an active person or an active parent, then like how are you supposed to be the role model for them?
Yeah, I know. This is the future. This is the future.
So I think, I mean, as we are saying, I mean, one way to start doing training or exercises is to find something that you're really passionate about, or that you're looking forward to go to the gym.
And like doing things together with your kids. My soon-to-be 12-year-old, we went to yoga before the corona. So we did once a week, we went to yoga classes together. And that's really nice because you get like connected and you do things together and you can take the time to talk to each other and everything. So, but it's really hard because they come to a point in their life when they don't want to be with their parents, you know?
I don't want to get there.
I'm not that important right now. I'm not their favorite person every hour of the day, so to say, you know? So we'll come to that. And I think that all the parents together need to do something, because if you want to change, you need to like come together with other parents and like say, we don't do this, you know, but you will never go there because that will never happen. Parents will never like talk to each other in that way, I think. Or maybe they will if you call them and like, hello, can we say like between 7 and 8, they are not supposed to have the computers? But, you know, I'm not sure. I'm
afraid of that one because, of course, I mean, when you're in the preschool, you're kind of super close to the teachers and you feel like you're in a community. And then you go to a public school, a bigger school, and then you're lost because you feel like, you know, like
really, that happens. And when they're even older, they have like fewer friends. They don't have as many friends. It's like, and hopefully they choose friends that you like and get to meet. Because some people when they're older, they like have friends that you don't like. and that they don't want you to meet, and then it gets a little bit difficult.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So it's not like, yeah, it's like preparing them for life.
Yeah, no, but yeah.
Oh no, I scared you. But Patricia, where do you have your classes when you do not, you work for Quicks, just like me, right?
Yeah, I know, and I love teaching virtually. I don't know what do you think about virtual classes?
Well, it was quite scary the first times, more because I was afraid that I would sabotage everything, you know, if something broke or anything. But now I've done it for a year and it's okay. I like it. I get connected with the participants, even though I don't see everyone. You know, I chat with them and talk to them. So I think it's a super thing, really.
Yeah, right now I see the involvement of the community, and I think it's really getting somewhere because in the beginning, of course, I mean we were so few that it was for me. I mean, it's always also scary to talk in Swedish and write in Swedish. Even if I have been in Sweden for almost 8 years now, but anyhow, I love teaching virtually, and I feel like now is a better connection with the participants actually.
Yes. They just talk, they write and they ask questions. I think it's easier now than a year ago.
Exactly. So I think I love that they are super engaged, even if you don't see them physically, you know. I have my classes with Kicks on Wednesday and Sundays. And also I have, we didn't talk about this one, but because we were talking about Zumba, but I have children's classes. So I'm teaching for babies and children up to 4 years old. And I have classes in person on Saturdays. And I'm teaching virtually.
Or is that in Tullinge or?
No, I wish. But it's in Stockholm salsa dance.
Ah, okay.
I found a really nice room where I can have 10 parents. So right now I'm teaching and teaching, leading classes for parents and kids together in the same room every Saturday until almost the end of May. And I'm teaching virtually as well, Zumbini on Thursdays. Today was actually one of my classes, but I'm trying to get back again to my Zumba classes. I mean, outside in-person classes.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been discussing with Hudinge, well, negotiating, not discussing, negotiating with Hudinge, Hallen, to see if we can do outdoor classes with them, like in Rotsparken.
Yeah, that would be super great, right?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, there is a big difference between in digital and in-person classes. I mean, the energy is. You always. I mean, I don't know if that happens to you, but I always, when you are teaching, I feel like a rock star. You know, like you're in a concert.
Yeah, I know I'm that super dancer. Yeah, been there, done that.
So you feel like you have, you know, your fans and your participants and to amazing. So the energy when it's sunny, there is a better feeling to have an outdoor class actually.
So if people would like to train for you right now, Quicks would be a good idea.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
it's open for everyone, and then maybe, hopefully, you will have some classes in Huddinge.
Yeah, I mean, people in Umeå, if they're listening everywhere in the world, I don't know, have you have participants from outside Sweden in your classes, Anna?
I'm not sure. I think so, but I'm not sure.
I mean, I wish we have more international participants everywhere, like, because I think Quiz is a really nice platform to go and do the classes. But well, I have done classes for people everywhere in the world. But I wish we have more. But this is what we were saying. Like, you really to start again training is something that you as a person have to prioritize yourself. Like, you
Yeah.
have to put yourself in the agenda and say, this is my time to do this.
Yeah, I know. And give that as a gift for yourself.
As a mother, as a mother, you have to stop feeling guilty and do it, you know,
Yes.
because
Yes.
it's something that as a mother is like, there is no room for yourself, you know. You are so used to, you know, like hanging out with the kids all the time, the kids needs, and you forget about your needs. So it's everybody except you. So really, you have to put yourself in the agenda. And this is something that I did for myself, like in the, because I was feeling it. I was feeling it playing. I was feeling it every day with Emma, and I didn't want it to continue. So I said, okay, what is the best way to put myself up there, like, actively? And it was making myself being an instructor.
I know. That is
this,
the best way to like get the training done. Because you have to. You know, when I was sick, I started working for Quicks when I was sick. So whenever I felt like, oh shit, I feel like crap, it's like 30 minutes to go. Okay. Now my class started. I had to get out of that sofa to do what I had to do. So it forced me to do it. And I loved every minute of it, even though I was tired, even though I felt sick. But it was like, you have to plan it. And being an instructor, when people expect you to show up, you have to. So for me, that is a really good thing to do, because I'm quite lazy if I don't have it booked in my schedule. You know, it's easy to stay on the sofa, right? You too?
yes, of course. I mean, I almost did it like for 2 years almost, like, because, you know, like, you need to wait until maybe 1 year and a half. So in my case, we moved from Umeå to Stockholm, and then I didn't have any preschool to leave Emma, so it was back again. So imagine that you have to wait 1 year almost to get into the school. Then it was like 6 months again and then of course you lose again yourself, like in prioritizing you. So for me, it was almost 2 years with no activity at all.
Wow.
So
it's a good thing that you're an instructor now.
Yeah. I mean, and right now, to be honest, Anna, I feel, and you were saying this in the beginning, that as a group exercise, it's really good to start with group exercising, and then your body is going to ask you, you need more. You need to do this. You need to do that. Yeah. And I'm like, now I want to do the 3D.
Yeah, the body screams like, finally you got it. We have to move.
Now I'm trying to convince my husband to do more strength, resistance, like CrossFit or HIIT or Tabata or these kind of workouts, because this is something that now my body, I want to push it to go further. So yeah, I mean, now my husband is saying, like, you want to be an Ironman? I'm like, I don't know if I want to be an Ironman, but I want to be. So
well, anyway, we can agree that everyone needs to move in some way, and that we will feel better when we do. But we don't realize it until we start moving, because if you have never moved, you don't feel the urge for it. You don't feel how bad you feel. You understand how bad you feel when you have started.
And I remember, like, I have a friend, she wrote a book about training during pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
You need to meet her, actually. Her name is Corinne Landin, and in her book she writes about, like, You know that people start making excuses about training, and what they said is that they get tired, no?
Yeah,
But she has something in the book that says that you are worse. I mean, it's worse not trained because the
exactly.
tiredness is different. You get tired in a different sense.
Yes,
The,
in a
the
good way.
in a good way, because the tiredness is actually in your I mean how do you say it, articulations, in your I mean in your body, and it's not in your mind. And the for me, the tiredness comes actually for being frustrated, you know.
Yes, I know, I know.
¿Qué fue chupar? No, I don't know. She's asking for the nappy, and I don't know where is it.
Oh, it's 90 time to go to sleep, maybe. It's
Yeah,
8:30.
oh my God, Anna, this has been a super amazing talk, and I think, you know what, we need to do that again, because
Yes.
I think people need to know actually about your training.
Yeah, thank you. I say that people can join Quicks because it's for free, right? So they have the chance to train for you. They have the chance to train for me without paying for it.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah. So what are the excuses then?
Yeah, but I mean, it's really hard to convince as I said, is to prioritize yourself and your body and your mind, to let loose, you know.
Yes, I
And
know.
when we grow up, I don't know, like when you are like a kid, you don't care about these things. You don't care about getting loose. You don't care, you know, like you can do random movements, and
Yes.
nobody's watching you. You do it like it's nobody watching, and you don't care, and you improvise. But
Yes.
when you're adult, it's really hard to improvise, and it's really hard to let loose and let go, like during the whole training. So
I know.
I don't know if this is happening in school, or this is something that is because we are adults. I don't know.
I don't know either, because some people grow up keeping that feeling of I do anything, and most of us don't. Most of us feel like, oh shit, I can't do this because I'm not sure what I'm doing, and then they don't dare to do it. So I don't really know where and when that happens.
Yeah, I mean, we have really interesting conversations, and I would love to have you as well. I will do now that you are doing these things. I will need to do a live, just asking you questions about your whole educations and certifications, so people start thinking about doing more activities, because I mean there is right now a great variety. Oh my God,
Yeah.
of trainings and different styles.
Yeah. And I think this is a great way. I started this because I want people to know that there are so many different kinds of trainers, with so many differences and different experiences, and like in your case, from different countries, how it is separated. You know, Sweden contra Latinamerika is like so different.
Yeah, and I would love to know more about how exercise saved you in somehow.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
mean,
it probably did. It probably did, because it's cancer prevention to work out. So I say work out. That is good.
yeah, because you gain so much motivation for yourself. I mean, just standing up, being tired, feeling sick in your couch, and then I mean, going out just because you have a class, you're like, what?
Yeah, I know.
I
Yeah,
love
I
to hear
know.
those stories as well.
But if you
I
look
think,
back in Quick's classes, if you look at the anytime classes, you can see how tired I was like 8, 9 months ago, if you compare to the classes now, because then I was quite ill, you know? So I could have like some classes I did like, okay, I took the skillnaderna this morning, so I'm not sure how I feel this evening, but okay, we do this. So
okay.
it was really like tough at that time, but now I'm up and running again.
Yeah, and that's amazing that we got you back.
Yeah, I
But
know.
can I ask you something about, I mean, your diet? Like, do you
Mhm.
think, like, when you were, I mean, are you vegetarian right now, or I mean, are you?
Yes, I'm a
Yes.
vegetarian and I've been for many years.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do you think, I mean, your healthy habits, I mean, between food, like, is it something that helps you also to in your during the recovery process?
Um, no, but when not really. I eat.
Okay.
I eat like everything. I like to think that we have smart bodies that can deal with a lot of weird foods, and I also think that if I eat as many different things as possible, my body gets most of everything. So I eat a lot of greens, I eat a lot of fruits, I try to eat proper, but it's totally fine to get a big bag of candy as well.
Okay.
That's health for me, to be able to do everything without feeling shamed over it or feeling. I think lagom is a great word.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
Sweden's best word. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But I think this is are the things that we need to talk in the next time, because we
Yes,
need
and we
to
will
talk.
do that.
Yeah, we need to plan this again, and talk about different, like, I mean, now that oh my God, talking about food, yeah, that could be amazing. And the lagon term is something that a lot of people in Latin America don't understand either. I mean, and foreigners don't understand. I mean, for me, I have been also in a debate, like, we should get rid of lagon thing. But now that you're mentioned, sometimes it's really convenient to have a lagon.
Yeah, lagom is best. So that it is. But I will say goodnight to you so you
Yeah,
can
thank you so
feed
much,
your
Anna,
daughters,
for
and
this
we will talk
interview.
again, right?
Yes, yes, definitely. This should be
Yeah.
something like once a month.
Well, Patricia, thank you very,
Thank
very
you so
much for
much,
tonight.
for
See
the
you long.
opportunity, and talk to you, and hope to see you soon. I would love to try one of your trainings.
We will when the corona is over, right?
Excellent. Yes, of course.
Yes.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.